if we believe what we have sung, I don't know what to do except pray and sing. This is what we do.
Yeah.
In good times and bad times, we sing.
Gloria Gaither's gentle voice has shaped gospel music for decades, touching millions through her heartfelt lyrics. Now, at 82, she faces a deeply personal farewell, not just from the stage, but from the life she has long embraced. What led to this decision, and how is Bill Gaither navigating this change? Behind the scenes, it's a story of love, resilience, and facing unexpected health challenges as Gloria steps into a new chapter defined by grace and quiet strength. Gloria's health announcement. Gloria Gaither's voice, once strong and vibrant, now carries a fragile quality that mirrors the difficult season she's entering. At 82 years old, she recently shared a deeply emotional message with fans, signaling a significant turning point in her life and career. In a heartfelt video released by Gaither Music Group, Gloria expressed gratitude for decades of love, prayers, and support, but hinted at stepping away from the public eye. She spoke softly about a gentle tug on her heart, a sense that God was calling her to a quieter, more reflective season. Though she didn't use the word retirement explicitly, her message made it clear that large-scale appearances and touring were likely behind her. Her decision surprised many, as Gloria has long been a steady presence in gospel music, though never one to seek the spotlight herself. This farewell is bittersweet. While it marks the end of an era of ministry on the road, it opens the door to a new chapter focused on family, writing, and moments of stillness. Fans around the world are bracing for this heartfelt goodbye, sensing there is more behind the message than just the passing of time. Some have speculated about the health challenges she faces, but Gloria has chosen to keep specifics private, sharing only what feels fitting for this season of life. Her tone conveyed both surrender and peace, reflecting a woman ready to embrace rest after decades of tireless service. This announcement has cast a new light on Gloria's role, not just as Bill Gaither's partner or a lyrical genius behind their music, but as a beloved matriarch confronting the profound realities of aging and illness. For many, it is a moment to pause and reflect on the depth of her influence and the grace with which she is now stepping back. The vulnerability she shows in this message reveals a different, more intimate side of a woman who has long communicated with power through words and song. It is this mix of strength and fragility that captures the hearts of those who have followed her journey. Behind the scenes, this decision is more than personal. It touches the broader Gaither ministry that has impacted millions globally. Gloria, stepping back, signals a shift within an institution built on family, faith, and decades of hard work. It raises questions about how the couple, music, and ministry will adapt as one of its central figures steps into a quieter role. Yet, there is also comfort in knowing that this shift is grounded in faith and intention, not defeat. Gloria's voice, though quieter for now, remains a core thread in their legacy. The outpouring of love from fans and fellow artists after her message speaks to the deep connection she has forged over the years. Tributes flooded social media, reflecting how much her lyrics and presence have meant during times of joy and hardship. From those who found hope in her hymns during personal struggles to newer generations discovering her work, the response has been overwhelmingly heartfelt. This communal embrace underscores that while Gloria may be stepping back from performing, her influence continues to grow. At the heart of this announcement is a woman who has spent a lifetime inviting others into reflection, worship, and vulnerability. Her call to a quieter season suggests not only rest, but an opportunity for renewed spiritual depth. It is a call many relate to, recognizing when it's time to pause, cherish family, and find peace away from the demands of public life. Gloria's gentle honesty makes this transition feel less like an ending and more like a sacred unfolding. Though Gloria's future steps remain partly a mystery, her message closes one chapter gracefully and opens another with hope. It invites fans to join her in that quietness, to celebrate what has been, and to trust in what will be. For Bill Gaither and the family, this moment marks a vulnerable but powerful crossroads. The weight of decades of ministry, music, and family life converges in this pause, full of emotion but also resilience. With this farewell setting the tone, it becomes clear that to understand Gloria's journey fully, we must look back to her roots, how her early life and faith foundation shaped the woman who would rewrite gospel music history. Early life and faith foundation. Gloria Gaither became the main lyrical figure of Southern gospel music after she first lived as Gloria Sickle, who was born on March 4, 1942, in Michigan, to a family that followed Christian beliefs and maintained strong ethical principles. The environment of her upbringing brought up Gloria in a home that emphasized the importance of education, music, and literary works. Gloria started to show her exceptional ability with languages at the age of 2 when she began writing and creating poetry. The combination of her religious beliefs and artistic talent created her path to work as a lyricist who expresses spiritual themes throughout her life. The development of her early years came through community relationships, which combined with family connections to create an environment for her to learn and develop her spiritual beliefs. She excelled as a student who enjoyed artistic activities, which drove her to pursue an English degree at Anderson University, a small Christian college in Indiana that delivers academic programs through a faith-based approach. The university served as the place where Gloria developed her spiritual base while she advanced her poetry writing skills. Gloria experienced a life-changing period at Anderson University, which helped both her academic growth and religious commitment, and these two elements established the basis for her upcoming songs and written creations. The values instilled in Gloria showed her the importance of both knowledge and serving others, and practicing humility. She discovered during her youth that faith functions as both a life foundation and a motivation for active service. The combination of her intellectual study of theology and her practical application of faith in daily life became her writing signature. Her future lyrics would show two main features that emerged from her special educational background and spiritual development, which she experienced during her early life. Gloria lived through a time when American society faced significant changes that shaped her future artistic expression. The mid-19th century represented a period when society displayed both confidence and instability because women started to gain new rights, and people became more aware of social justice issues. Her Christian background, together with these factors, created in her a need for deep understanding, which later appeared in her published works. Gloria approached difficult spiritual matters with a thoughtful method that enabled her to present these topics with both honesty and elegance. Gloria developed her writing skills during her childhood through extensive reading of various materials beyond poetry and lyrics. She believed that words possess healing abilities, which also allow them to educate others and motivate people. This belief prompted her to spend 3 decades working as a devotional writer while serving as a speaker and mentor, and creating musical content. Her capacity to express her beliefs through various communication channels established her as a versatile Christian minister. Gloria built her public persona through her work as a public figure, while she maintained her core commitment to study, prayer, and community service through her foundation. The early factors in her life provided her with the skills to handle the obstacles that fame and ministry work would bring. The combination of her strong beginning and her built-in flexibility enabled her to maintain an endless stream of creative work throughout multiple decades. She acknowledged that her faith and her upbringing gave her both power and the ability to stay modest. At Anderson University, Gloria also met people who would shape her future, including Bill Gaither. The period of her education and personal development functioned as the beginning of her artistic journey. The musical foundation established during her college years led to the creation of enduring Christian music that remains popular today. She distinguished herself through her combination of rigorous academic abilities and genuine spiritual devotion, which created a unique identity in a musical genre that faced common accusations of being shallow. From this foundation grew one of the most remarkable partnerships in gospel music history, her marriage and creative collaboration with Bill Gaither, which would change the face of Christian music forever. Meeting Bill and creative partnership. The story of Gloria and Bill Gaither began at Anderson University, where their paths first crossed as young colleagues with a shared passion for music and ministry. Bill was an aspiring gospel singer and teacher, already experimenting with forming a group that would later become the Bill Gaither Trio. Gloria, with her poetic sensibility and lyrical talents, brought a fresh dimension to the fledgling musical venture. Their connection blossomed quickly, rooted in mutual faith and creativity. They married in 1962, embarking on a life and career that would transform gospel music. In the early years, Gloria continued teaching English while Bill pursued music full-time. But it didn't take long before Gloria's gift for lyric writing became indispensable to their partnership. Bill composed melodies that resonated with audiences, and Gloria's words gave those tunes heart and meaning. Together, they crafted songs that spoke deeply to listeners, setting a new standard for lyrical depth in Christian music. Their collaboration was more than professional. It was a meeting of minds and souls. Gloria's poetic insight and theological understanding enriched Bill's musical compositions, creating a synergy that produced some of the most beloved hymns of their generation. This creative bond allowed them to navigate the ups and downs of ministry and life with shared purpose. Their work quickly gained attention as audiences connected with the authenticity and hope embedded in their music. Early on, Gloria's role extended beyond lyricist. She was an advisor, encourager, and spiritual anchor for Bill. As their ministry expanded, their roles evolved but remained intertwined, with Gloria's writing complementing Bill's performances and leadership. Their partnership exemplified teamwork rooted in faith and mutual respect, a foundation that sustained them through decades of touring, recording, and ministry challenges. Their breakthrough came during a turbulent era filled with societal upheaval and personal uncertainty. Through their music, they offered messages of hope that transcended the cultural noise. Their songs spoke not just of doctrine, but of lived experience, resonating with those seeking comfort and reassurance. The Gaithers' ability to translate complex spiritual truths into accessible, heartfelt lyrics was transformative, and it all began in this unique partnership. They didn't just produce music, they created a movement. Their collaborative craft helped birth new expressions of gospel music that blended traditional themes with contemporary relevance. The emotional and theological depth of these early songs opened doors for the Gaithers to become leaders in the gospel industry. Their partnership, born in a small college town, quickly grew into a worldwide ministry. While Bill gained recognition as a performer and band leader, Gloria quietly shaped their legacy from behind the scenes. Her writing gave voice to faith struggles, joys, and hopes, making their music deeply relatable across generations. Their marriage was a creative crucible where spiritual conviction and artistic expression met, forging a timeless catalog of songs that still inspires millions. As their influence expanded, a defining moment arrived with the creation of one of their most enduring hymns, "Because He Lives," a song that encapsulated their shared journey through faith and challenge, and would become a beacon for millions. The making of "Because He Lives." The Gaithers reached their greatest professional success through their work on the hymn "Because He Lives," which originated from their personal battle between despair and optimistic faith. The 1960s saw Bill and Gloria write their work during a time when social unrest, the Vietnam War, and the civil rights movement created national turmoil. Gloria experienced anxiety about her upcoming third child because she faced the challenge of raising him in a world that remained in disarray. The couple used prayer and reflection as their main way to find peace after Bill's constant touring left him feeling exhausted. The song "Because He Lives" emerged during a peaceful period of spiritual exploration for its creator. Gloria describes her experience of feeling peaceful confidence, which helped her overcome their worries. The lyrics emerged from challenging times, which led to doubt and uncertainty, and they conveyed authentic emotions that matched their personal experiences and those of millions who followed. The song described how believers could trust God's promises because nothing in life or death would break their connection to divine love. The hymn was first recorded and released in 1971, and it soon became an international musical standard. Its charm extended beyond conventional gospel listeners to those who sought respite during their tough times. "Because He Lives" functioned as both a musical piece and a statement that affirmed that faith could help people handle their most intense fears and doubts. The urgent message reached people during a time when American society faced deep spiritual divisions because it provided them with hope and strength. The Gaithers achieved a new level of power after this event. Gloria became more than the spouse of a gospel singer because she established herself as a significant religious authority and expert lyric writer. Her poetic words gave the song a depth and authenticity that elevated it above the typical hymnic fare. Bill's melody and Gloria's lyrics created a perfect storm of spirituality and artistry. Their collaboration resulted in a hymn that establishes the fundamental principles for contemporary Christian worship. The success of "Because He Lives" created multiple pathways that led to upcoming songwriting projects and church ministry work. The couple continued their partnership to produce over 700 songs, which became essential music for churches around the world. Gloria brought unique elements to her songwriting because she used theological knowledge and human emotions to build her lyrics. All her writing came from actual experiences, which included happiness and sadness, and her roles as a mother and ministry worker. "Because He Lives" demonstrates the Gaithers' mission to produce work that achieves both artistic excellence and genuine emotional depth. Their music never shied away from life's complexities, instead inviting listeners into a shared space of grace and trust. The song retains its popularity because of both its musical composition and the genuine faith which believes in Jesus Christ, who provides support during tough times. Gloria developed her personal writing identity through her main song, which established her writing pattern of merging poetic visual elements with straightforward theological concepts. Her lyrics created stories that formed the foundation of worshipful music. She used her voice to express the process of moving from despair to hope, and from darkness to light, and from fear to faith. Through these stories, Gloria helped many believers develop their spiritual path because she used her personal life experiences to build her storytelling abilities. The impact of "Because He Lives" was more than musical. It was deeply spiritual. It defined a moment for the Gaithers that set the pace for their future work and ministry influence. This song remains a cornerstone of their legacy, embodying a faith that is alive and active, a faith that has inspired generations and continues to do so today. Building a legacy in gospel music. Following the monumental success of Because He Lives, Gloria Gaither's impact on gospel music steadily expanded, growing beyond just lyric writing to molding the entire ministry's heart and soul. She co-wrote hundreds of songs with Bill, many of which became beloved staples in churches around the world, demonstrating an unparalleled ability to connect profound theology with everyday life. Her words weren't written from a distant pulpit, but from the trenches, reflecting joys, grief, struggles, and hopes familiar to ordinary believers. During the 1970s and 1980s, as the Gaither vocal band rose in prominence and the Homecoming video series was born, Gloria's influence was quietly omnipresent. Though she rarely took the microphone herself, her voice was felt in every lyric and every prayer, weaving a steady current beneath the public performances. Her calm and reflective presence made her a sought-after mentor and speaker, especially for women in a male-dominated Christian music industry. This dual role as creative force and spiritual guide set her apart as a uniquely powerful figure. Her lyricism was known for its intellectual depth, married to emotional truthfulness. Gloria did not shy away from theology, but made it accessible, breathing poetic life into complex doctrines. Her gift was storytelling through song, not just choruses, but entire narratives that walked listeners through the realities of faith, doubt, and redemption. This approach broke new ground in gospel music, which often leaned heavily on cliches or surface-level sentiments. In addition to her creative contributions, Gloria became a voice for Christian women across generations. At a time when few women held prominent theological or artistic roles in the genre, she quietly shattered barriers through her writing, speeches, and mentorship. She authored devotionals, spiritual journals, and reflective essays that addressed issues of faith, culture, gender, and family with honesty and nuance. Her work became a lifeline for women navigating the complexities of ministry, motherhood, and personal growth. Gloria's involvement extended beyond music into education and discipleship as well. She co-founded the Gaither Family Resources Center and the Gaither Homecoming Bible, platforms that nurtured the next generation of Christian artists, especially encouraging young women who sought to follow in her footsteps. Her mentorship was marked by a profound ability to see individual gifts and lovingly call them out, helping others discover and develop their own voices in ministry. Amid the world's increasing preoccupation with celebrity and image, Gloria's focus remained steadfast on substance and faithfulness. She once said, "We never set out to be stars. We set out to be faithful." This humility underscored everything she did, reminding those around her that true ministry is measured not by fame, but by faithfulness over time. Gloria's legacy is one of depth, grace, and enduring influence. Behind every lyric Gloria wrote was a life deeply lived, a life of faith practiced daily, tested by real-world difficulties, and shaped by grace. Friends and colleagues often describe her as a thoughtful listener and a woman who brought peace instead of noise to every conversation. In crises, she was the calming presence. In leadership, the voice of wisdom. Her spiritual maturity was as much a ministry as her songwriting. With Gloria's profound imprint on gospel music and ministry firmly established, the story turns toward the personal side of their journey, how family life and ministry pressures shaped their path through the decades. Family life and ministry challenges. Behind the acclaim, Gloria and Bill Gaither balanced the demanding overlap of family life and a global ministry. Raising 3 children while maintaining a heavy touring schedule required constant trade-offs. Gloria remained intentional as a mother, often writing songs late at night after the children were asleep. Her focus on presence shaped a home rooted in compassion, honesty, and responsibility, even amid the pressures of life on the road. Their household was filled with music and faith and important discussions, yet they faced actual difficulties because of their ministry work. Their marriage faced difficulties because of public demands and their continuous travel schedule. Gloria functioned as a reliable foundation who helped Bill through his difficult times while she fulfilled her obligations and provided peaceful judgment during tough situations. Friends often described her as the voice of wisdom when decisions carried weight. The Gaithers made intentional efforts to sustain family bonds despite their busy schedule. They considered shared time and simple vacations as vital activities that they must complete. Gloria protected those times because she wanted to establish stability during an unpredictable existence. Their children experienced stability through intentionality because they remained active with their ministry tasks. Her duties as a mother and songwriter created a career path for her that extended beyond those 2 professional areas. Gloria became a mentor who provided spiritual guidance to artists, writers, and pastors who considered her their career mentor. She used her exceptional talent to identify hidden potential in others and assist them in becoming successful performers. Gloria presented a deep understanding of traditional songs, which she used to establish her current ministry work. She demonstrated her ability to sing traditional hymns while she explored contemporary issues, which enabled her to operate effectively in her evolving ministry work. Her faith developed through her dedication to both public service activities and private worship practices. The couple demonstrates how their marriage showcases their ability to work together while staying strong through challenges. The couple spent 6 decades working together to handle their ministry responsibilities and raise their children. To their children, she fulfilled the role of a mother who remained accessible while she took on her public duties. The woman dedicated her time to sharing special moments with her children, which included listening to them while she provided guidance and shared peaceful times together. Gloria demonstrated strength through her ability to fulfill her responsibilities as a mother, creative partner, mentor, and leader. She maintained her family responsibilities while performing her ministerial duties because she created a home environment that supported both roles. Their entire partnership's success resulted from their ability to maintain a proper balance between different life areas. The tender strength Gloria displayed at home mirrored how the family has rallied around her now as she prepares for a quieter season, embracing stillness and reflection. The emotional farewell and family support. The deep emotional farewell message that Gloria Gaither delivered recently touched both her fans and her family, who live throughout the world. She spoke about her love for others through her ministry work, which lasted for decades, while her voice shook with gratitude because she felt drawn to spend time away from public life. The process of release occurred through a gradual and peaceful development, which did not contain any sudden or dramatic elements. She used her words to create an atmosphere that encouraged people to think about their current position, while she described her permanent service dedication as a transitional period in her career. The Gaither family demonstrated their support for Gloria through their united and warm response, which created a supportive environment for her new life chapter. She has served as their mainstay for more than 6 decades because her faith and wisdom, which she showed as the family matriarch, guide their daily lives. Her children and grandchildren have shared heartfelt tributes, describing her as a storyteller, a guide, and a constant source of quiet strength. Their reflections show how their family maintains strong bonds that are built on love and profound esteem for one another. Bill Gaither expressed his deep respect for Gloria, whom he believed deserved this period of rest because she had completed her work. He wanted her to experience peaceful times, which include spending time with relatives, having basic talks, and being able to choose when to speak and when to be silent. He showed his love through his words, which described their union as a partnership that developed during their time together and through their mutual dedication and religious commitment. People from distant locations showed their respect for the family through fan and artist tributes, which extended throughout the world. People shared their personal experiences about how Gloria's lyrics helped them during times of illness and sorrow and insecurity. Her songs, which she used to express herself through music, became essential parts of human existence that provided people with hope. The tribute program recognized her music, which spread from churches to radio stations and online platforms to show her wide-ranging impact. The most important aspect of her work exists because it goes beyond mere stage acts. Gloria never chased fame because her true self won over listeners who developed a strong bond with her. The artist delivered her ministry to the audience through personal authenticity, which established a direct link between the artist and audience experiences that felt honest and graceful. Her voice from the past still shows its power through our current times because people find her words comforting in all places, including residences, medical facilities, and peaceful areas. This farewell ceremony functions as a torch-passing ceremony, which enables others to continue spreading the faith and light that she brought to the world. As she steps away from the spotlight, Gloria leaves behind more than songs. She leaves a model of humility, purpose, and enduring faith, a legacy that will continue to guide and inspire for generations. Continuing influence and future plans. The public ministry of Gloria Gaither ended, but her ongoing work continues to affect gospel music and Christian practice throughout the globe. She established her current life pattern, which emphasizes writing, family time, and personal reflection, while her work with Bill Gaither remains active. People continue to sing her more than 700 co-written songs, which she created with her husband in churches, hospitals, and homes to inspire faith throughout many generations. Bill Gaither has expressed deep gratitude for Gloria's lifelong contributions, but he also recognizes that this time period serves as her needed rest period, which brings her well-earned peace. He supports her wish to spend time with their grandchildren after she dedicated her life to the ministry. Their partnership maintains its strength through their shared faith and mutual respect for each other. Their children, Suzanne, Amy, and Benjamin, have shared heartfelt memories of Gloria's steady presence during years of demanding travel and ministry. Fans and family alike describe her as a gentle, wise voice, whose words brought comfort in times of hardship. Across the globe, tributes continue to pour in, with many recalling how her songs helped them through their struggles with illness, grief, and doubt. Gloria established her unique identity because she dedicated herself to living authentically rather than pursuing public recognition. She chose faithfulness over recognition, allowing her work to become timeless. Her music and her writing, together with her devotional work, guide people who search for their spiritual path, while her mentorship program created opportunities for young female artists who work in ministry. Her public appearances have become infrequent, yet her legacy endures through the release of her previous music, the preservation of her written works, and the creation of upcoming devotional materials. These ensure her voice remains present for future generations. Gloria demonstrates her message to people through her social withdrawal, because she wants to show them how to live a life based on faith, humility, and purpose. The world will remember her because of her contributions to society, which continue through her educational work. Gloria Gaither's farewell marks the close of a remarkable chapter in gospel music and ministry. But her legacy of wisdom, faith, and heartfelt lyrics will inspire for generations to come. Her journey reminds us that true greatness lies in faithfulness and grace, not the spotlight. If you found this story moving, please like and subscribe for more heartfelt narratives like this.